Hey, it's Captain Roger. I'm out for a walk. Look, I'm bringing people with me today. Let's go for a walk. So, today, we're going to keep talking about Jacob. I remember Jacob, he was a weasel. He wasn't a very nice guy. Lied, cheated, stole from his family, got sent out. But you know what? In spite of all that, God said, Jacob, I love you and I'm going to walk with you wherever you go. Now Jacob, he went and he moved to live and work with his uncle in a place that was pretty far away from where his regular family lived. And he ended up marrying a couple of his cousins, started having kids. There's a whole story there. But eventually, he had a whole family, lots of kids. And he went to his uncle and he said, look, I'd like to make a little extra so that I could support my family and eventually move away back home. And he says to his uncle that, look, because God's been walking with me and I've been working with you, you have been blessed with all these great riches and you've got lots and lots of animals in your flocks. I just want to take the streaked ones and the spotted ones and the striped ones, and you can keep all the pretty animals, and that way you'll know which ones are mine and which ones are yours, and everything will be great. And his uncle's like, oh sure, no problem. But then he sends a messenger out to go and take all of those streaked and spotted animals out of his flock, and he sent them off to hide with one of his sons somewhere else in the countryside so Jacob wouldn't get them. Now, Jacob, at this point, had to make a choice. He could trust in God to keep blessing him while they walked together, or he could choose not to. Which one do you think he chose? Yeah, well, unfortunately, he chose the wrong way. Rather than just trusting in God, he tries to weasel his way into wealth. He actually tried magic. He started making take branches, and he cut them so they were streaked and spotted, and put them near where the sheep made baby sheep, thinking that if there were a bunch of streaked tree branches there, then he'd end up with a bunch of streaked baby sheep, and then he would become wealthy out of his uncle's herds. Not a good start. But you know what? God blessed him anyway. God was walking with him, and God said, I'm going to make sure that he's taken care of. Sometimes we think walking with God changes our circumstances. And you know what? Maybe it does sometimes. But that doesn't mean bad things won't happen, or that bad things happening means that we aren't walking with God. Bad things could be a test, or a coincidence, or just part of something that we can grow and learn from, or maybe we think they're a bad thing, but they're actually a good thing, or maybe it's something that I haven't thought of on this list. But you know what? God is still walking with us. Just like he told Jacob, I will always be with you because I love you. God will always be with us because he loves and cares about us. Jacob hasn't learned this in this story yet, but he will when we get to the finish of his story. Right now, what I need to do is finish my walk. So grace and peace to you all.